Hey everybody, welcome to the channel. My name is Jason and the channel is the Everyday Card Collector. In today's video, we're going to talk about oversized cards or / oversized items within your collection. I did a video a couple days ago kind of presenting or showing the different sets from 1952 to 1970 and just showing a card from each set and kind of going through them, getting some feedback in the comments as to what you guys liked the best as far as your favorite sets. While I was doing that video, I'd mentioned a couple times how I love the horizontal sets, which is the 55, 56 tops and the 60 tops, but they're kind of a pain in the neck to display. And I know a lot of people have shared that same sentiment. So it kind of got me thinking about, oversized items in general and how difficult they might be to either store or display. So I gathered a bunch of oversized items here. I figured we would talk about that in general, maybe get some more feedback in the comments on this video as to what you guys do with your oversized items, how you display them or how you store them. I just think it's something additional to talk about, something fun to talk about, a reason to look at some other items. Again, a lot of this has been on the channel in the past, but some of it has not. I'm pretty certain some of it hasn't. I just haven't shown everything, so I figured I'd show some of these items that I haven't shown on the channel before. But I thought it'd be a good discussion, good topic to have for a video, and then get a little feedback in the chat itself. What do you guys do with your oversized items? How do you display them? Do you not collect them? Is it because of space, which is a legitimate concern for some people? If you don't have a lot of room, you really can't save this stuff off or store this stuff off. So I understand that as well. But just a little back and forth on how you save or I'm sorry, how you collect or store oversized items, or if you even collect it at all. But before I get the camera turned around, I wanted to give a shout out to a person who watches this channel. His name is JP, and JP is a young collector. JP lives in Nebraska, and I know JP and his family through my family, kind of friends of friends through family kind of deal. And I know JP has watched my channel. There have been family members who have told me he watches my channel. I actually sent out JP a care package of some cards because he's a young collector, kind of getting into the hobby, and the fact that he's loyal to my channel I think is awesome. So I definitely wanted to give JP a shout out, but I did hear that one of his favorite players is Lamar Jackson, so I figured I'd take out a couple of Lamar Jackson cards from the Baltimore Ravens. So this is his Lamar Jackson's Absolute Green. Green parallel because of the Absolute logo and his name in the placard, and then those swooshes at the top and the bottom are in green foil. And then I pulled out a Contenders game day ticket, or a season ticket if you will, by Panini. Also a very cool card. And I wanted to kind of show these real quick in honor of JP and just say, hey JP, thank you for watching my channel. I appreciate it, my friend. And these two cards, I'm going to get them off to you. These are now your cards. I'll send them off to you with a couple other things when I get the chance, and do it in the same manner that I did the first time for you. And we'll get you some more cards so that you can enjoy this hobby and build on your collection. So again, thanks JP for watching, and just definitely wanted to shout you out. But back to the oversized cards, guys. I'll get the camera turned around. I'll kind of show some of the items that I have. When I say oversized cards, it goes beyond cards. There are other things within my collection. And we'll just chat, because I'm really curious and would love to get your guys' opinion on what you do with your oversized stuff. Do you even collect it? Do you store it? How do you store it? How do you display it? So let's get the camera turned around and we'll check out some stuff. Let's get into it. So I thought this would be a fun topic, guys, just to get a little feedback too. I'm really curious to see how you guys store / display your oversized items, and if you even collect them, and if you don't, why you don't. I personally love them, and I've mentioned in previous videos I've kind of really been intrigued with the pre-war stuff lately. That's kind of where my attention has gone to in recent weeks and maybe the past month or two. And as I'm researching and learning about more different sets and different kinds of players within that era, I'm finding that a lot of that is oversized, and I'm actually kind of really digging the oversized stuff. So I figured we'd just show some stuff here, and then kind of as I'm showing it, we'll run through what it is, and then just kind of talk oversized items in general. So the first couple items I wanted to show were the top supers. And I know 69 was a super set as well, and these are 70s or 71s, and they are much larger. They're much larger than the standard card. So I kind of wanted to just show these, and I know these have been, let me try to adjust this a little bit. I know these have been on the channel before, but you know, as you can see how large they are, I guess in comparison, you might not be able to tell on screen to a standard card. I'll grab one of those cards I'm sending off to my buddy JP. But there's your standard card right there. So you can see how much bigger they are. So, you know, if you're not displaying these, how do you store them? And quite honestly, these are thick cards. So not only are they oversized, they're really thick. So you can see one I don't even have protected in any way, shape, or form at this moment. But you can see you need to get a little oversized top loader, if you will, like I do have on that Harmon Killebrew. Or I'm wrapping them in team bags right now for the Willie Mays and Clemente. And I'm going to find a better way to store those. But this was just kind of to show off some of the stuff that I have and show, you know, how oversized stuff is pretty awesome and can be cool. Here's some, what I would call mass-produced era oversized stuff, right? So, again, you got a Johnny Bench, a Pete Rose, R.I.P. Fernando Valenzuela. But again, these were cards from the 80s, 84, and I don't even know when the Dunross set is. I'd have to look at the back. And I've got a bunch of them from when I was younger. But again, you can see standard size card versus those. You know, how do you store this stuff? I'm certainly, as I love all these players and I love all the cards, I can't display all of my oversized stuff. But some of the stuff I want to get displayed. I think it's very cool. And then again, I've got a bunch of these. And you guys all know, this is my guy, Michael Jordan. I grew up in Chicago in the era when the Bulls were just handling their business. And so there's a bunch of foil oversized cards there. Again, I'm showing the Lamar Jackson to show you the difference in size. You know, so it's just, I think these images are phenomenal. I think the cards are beautiful. These are upper deck. So why would you not want to collect that? You know, if storage and keeping your collection safe and stored properly is you're limited in that capacity, I understand then, you know, why you wouldn't. But if you don't collect oversized items just because you find it to be a nuisance, I would highly recommend you reconsider that, because there is just some awesome stuff. I showed this not too long ago. That was a gift at the National, an exhibit card. I've shown this once or twice on the channel, maybe in the early goings, and I actually display that in my basement currently on a stand. And that was a card I purchased in the early 2000s, commemorating Tiger's the Tiger Slam, winning all 4 majors in a calendar year. So, you know, you can see stuff is much larger than standard cards. I've just shown these recently. All right, so there's my Ducky Medwig 36 Gaudy wide pen. And then here's the 37 Luke Appling wide pen. And how do I want to display those? You know, right now I do have several stands to display these. But as I move into this card room, whenever I get the darn thing done, because it's a real slow process right now, you know, there's only so much you can display. So then it becomes, how do you store it and how do you keep it safe? And do you know, you're purchasing bigger boxes, and do you have the storage room and all of that good stuff, which doesn't bother me. To have images like this and to have items like that in my collection, to me, it's well worth it. I've shown this several times. Oversized 55 Nellie Fox Redman card, beautiful card. Here is something I don't think I've ever shown, and I might actually have to zoom out on this. We'll see. If you guys have been watching my channel for a while, you can go back, and I don't even remember which videos they were. This came out of my collection called the Frank Collection. My dad's friend Frank, who lives in Arizona, found out I collect. Found out I had a channel, started watching me, and then sent me some wonderful gifts. And within, yeah, I'll have to zoom out. Within that collection, I got these items. And I'll just kind of lift up the camera there. So these are Dunross portrait items. And I've got several of them. I'm just showing the Barry Bonds right there. but they're 8x10s. And I currently keep them stored in an envelope, but I want to take care of these even a little bit better. Maybe get some top loaders for those as well. And what it was in this particular time, it was a promo for Dunross Portrait where you could order that particular 8x10, and you could order it with the card, and they would frame it up for you. So it's almost like the equivalent of, in my mind, you know, obviously different eras, but I look at the size of that and see that beautiful 8x10. There's an Andrew Jones. And I think first thing I think of are like the premiums from back in the day. I think it was the Dixie lid premiums. I've looked at a couple of those where they were actually in a binder and had 2-hole punches in them. So, and I've got several of those, you know, so currently right now I'm storing them in an envelope, but, you know, I might display a few, and then what I do and how I store the rest of them, it'll probably be determined once the room is done, and then I can figure out my space. This is an item that I absolutely love, and you guys have probably seen it 1,000 times. That's my 1949 Leaf Premium Ed Walsh. Purchased that off of my good friend Orlando, and again, it is oversized. I display that on a stand as well within my basement, but that'll be coming up to the card room. I got this from my good friend Scott at Reindeer Studios at the National. It's a larger image of Luke Appling, currently just sitting in an 8x10 top loader. So how I want to display that, or how I want to store that, because I want to store it better than this even. And then lastly, guys, if you follow my channel at all, you know one of my big things and things that I love are the Aurora Vision records. And I already have an idea of how I'm going to store these and how I'm going to save these off. So I did find top loaders for 45 records. These currently aren't in them. They're in 8x10s, but I did find the 45 top loaders, and I found the smaller, if you will, penny sleeves for them. So all of them will go in that, and then they're going to get their own separate box for storage, and may even display 1 or 2 of them, because I'm going to have the complete set, plus a couple variations from the 62 Aurora Visions, which we've talked about. If you're not familiar with what I'm talking about, maybe check out one of my videos from, I don't know, maybe 2 months ago when I was showing all these off. But again, it's about the size of a 45 record. So obviously it's a little bit bigger than your standard card. And there's the 64 Mickey. So, you know, storage could become an issue if you don't have a lot of room, but you want to collect this set. So, you know, it's just interesting to me to see, and this is almost falling out of the realm of you know, cards itself. You're almost, you know, the quote-unquote dreaded oddball, right? So these 64 Aurora Visions, they're records. And those portrait pictures from the 80s/90s of Dunross, they're 8x10 pictures, if you will. So, but all awesome pieces that I love to have in the collection and want to continue to have that kind of stuff in my collection. So I guess there's several things that I wanted to discuss here, which is, first and foremost, you know, does collecting oversized items interest you? If so, how do you store? How do you display? And if you don't collect it, what are the reasons you don't? So I just thought I'd throw that out there. Show some items. Have a good time talking oversized. And I love to hear your feedback, guys. Let me know what you think in the comments. And if you enjoy this kind of content, please feel free to like and subscribe. And we'll talk on the next video, guys. Thanks for jumping on, everybody. Bye-bye.